Welcome back, everybody, to another State of the Market for June 2024. My name is Scott Zaino. I'm a local real estate professional, and I'm here to bring you some of the highlights of the month of what's happening in the real estate market in your area. So if you're a seller or a buyer, stay tuned in. I've got some great information for you to help you make smart decisions. All right. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump right into our local MLS. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And we are going to talk about some of the sectors, right? So there's about 5 or 6 different important sectors that you want to know about. So you're making those decisions on when to buy or when to sell or when not to buy or sell, right? There's a little bit of a timing window in there. So you want to hit the window when it's on its highest, obviously. Everything is in the buy. Anybody that knows real estate knows that when you buy real estate, that's buying it at the right price, and then having it go up over time is where you get all those great equity gains. So the first sector that we're going to talk about is our median sales price. So the median sales price ended up at 750,000 for the end of June. Now it was 715 in May. So that's no real shocker there that it went up 35,000. Okay, just based off the time of the year, and with the interest rates actually came down a little bit, right? A couple of tenths of a point here and there, all makes a difference. So yeah, we went up about $35,000 from June at 750. In May it was 715. I expect that number to go higher, especially with the warmer months coming and more buyers entering the pool, and with interest rates getting a little sweeter. The next sector we want to talk about is homes for sale. So this tells us how many properties are available throughout the Cape. So these stats are from Plymouth to P-Town. It's in our local MLS called Flex, right? So June, we had 865 properties for sale. Now that includes land, condos, and residential properties, right? Not a lot of properties. In May, it was 831. So it went up just about 35 properties. Again, I always go back to COVID, which was back in 2020, right about here. So we were at 1,900 units. Today we're at 800, so we're less than 50%, half the inventory that we were carrying back before COVID. We do see the home listings going up. This is the highest it's been in a long time, uh, at least 4 years. When's the last time it was 800 units, Scott? Let's see. 800 units, 2020. So 4 years ago is about when we had the same amount of inventory, but that's about half of what we normally carry, right? So if you're a seller, it's still a great time to list your house. And if you're a buyer, let me tell you, there's some fantastic buys out there. I see some great properties. We're listing great properties, and I see great properties coming on the market, and they're getting, snatched up very quickly. So if you're a buyer, don't be discouraged. Inventory is getting better. Interest rates are coming down, and you just need to keep looking every day, 2, 3 times a day. Look on your sites. Have your agent set you up on a MLS criteria search. You can look at some other third-party sites as well. Don't always recommend that because the information is not always 100% accurate. However, the name of the game is to keep turning rocks over and keep looking, okay? The next is going to be your days on market. So days on market is 12. Not a long time. Houses are coming on the market, going off the market. Now, is your house going to sell in 12 days? It could sell in 2 or 3 days over the weekend, right? We have a house coming on this weekend, and we don't expect it to be on the market after the weekend. We expect that house to be sold and have a good offer on it, and a happy seller. Some of the houses are taking a little longer, some of them take a little shorter. The average is 12. In May, it was 9, so we bumped up that just to 3 days. I don't even know what to say about that. It's still short-term frame, still a short-term frame, excuse me. Um, so the next sector we want to talk about is months of supply. So we're creeping up on 3 months. Okay. June, it was 3 months. May, it was 2.9. So we've talked about this before. Okay. Seller's market is 4 months of inventory or less. That's a seller's market, right? 5 months is like a neutral or a slack market, right? And then over 6 months of inventory is a buyer's market, right? And we will get to a buyer's market, I think, at some point. I don't know when. It may be another year or two. But if the inventory keeps going up, like it's been, perhaps it might be in a shorter time frame. But right now we're in a seller's market, and we have been, right? So the last time we were in a, um, well, let's just look at COVID, right? February 2020, it was 4.6. So it was like a neutral market, right? Wasn't a seller's market or a buyer's market. It's kind of in the neutral. Ever since COVID, it has been below 4 months of inventory, right? Which started right there in June of 2020. So for the last 4 years, it has been primarily a seller's market with less than 4 months of inventory. Today, we have 3 months of inventory. Right? So the next sector we want to talk about is your percentage to list sales price ratio. This is an important sector because I get this question a lot, Scott. If I list my house for $1 million, how much can I expect to sell it for? Well, if you list it for $1 million, you should get $1 million, right? According to June, 100% of the list to sales price ratio was at 100%. In May, it was 100%. So that's a push, right? These little dips that you see here, these are the colder months of the year, like maybe December. Okay, December, January, February, right? And then same thing there, right? December, January, February. So today we're at 100% of list to sales price ratio. I've seen some go over, I've seen some go under. The average is 100%, right? May have something to do with the price point, right? And the condition, right? Condition, and next to location, location, location. And then price your property right. Get your 3 Ps right. We talked about this before, right? If you have a house that's been on the market and it expired, or you have a house that's just not selling, go back and look at your 3 Ps with your agent and sit down and do another CMA if it's been 30 days. Um, Ask your agent, what's been selling around me that's comparable, size, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms, right? So look at the price. Make sure your price is dialed in correctly. That's very important today. Then make sure that you have your presentation. Make sure that your house is looking the absolute best that it can on the outside as well as the inside. Don't forget the outside, right? People drive by your house, they look at your house, they look at the curb appeal, they fall in love, they want to go inside, make an offer, and buy the house. If the house doesn't look good on the outside or it needs landscaping or whatnot, that translates into dollars, and the love affair is not right there right away. So they maybe drive by that house or click or go to another house. So you want to capture the buyer's attention by making sure that your property is looking at its best, especially today with all the beautiful hydrangeas and the flowers and the mulch and all the lilies and everything that's out there. Your house can really stand very tall today if it's looking its best on the outside as well as the inside. And then, of course, the third P is your promotion. Talk to your agent about making sure that it gets exposed properly. Are they doing video on your property? Is it on the MLS? Is it in the Boston MLS? Things of that nature. So exposure and promotion. Price, presentation, and promotion are your 3 Ps. Get those lined up and you'll be sure to get an offer. All right, let's talk about the last thing, which a lot of people have been talking about lately. There's a lot of buyers on the sidelines that have been waiting for the rates to come down, and they have done that. So I'm going to go over the rates with you real quick, and then we're going to wrap it up. So the interest rates for June for a 30-year FHA in May was 7.1. Now, let me open up my camera again. All right, there we go. Okay, so May 30-year FHA was 7.1. Today it's 6.6, right? Doesn't sound like much, but when you do the math, it makes a difference. A 15-year FHA rate in May was 6.1, and it's about 5.9, 6.1 today for a 15-year. A 30-year Veterans Administration loan in May was 6.4. Today it's 6.2, right? 0.2 of a point. A 30-year jumbo in May was 7.2. Today it's 6.9. A jumbo, you're gonna have to finance a little bit more, like 750,000 or above. Okay, so if you're not financing 750 or above, then don't worry about the jumbo. You might be more leaning towards, say, a conventional. And the 30-year conventional in May was 7.0. Today in June, it's a 7.0. So that's a push. All right, so there you have a wrap up for your June state of the market here for beautiful Cape Cod in the islands. My name is Scott Zaino from Scott Zaino Realty Group. If you have any questions, please give me a call at 508-566-0051. Shoot me an email at sjzaino@gmail.com. Thank you and have a great day.